All right, so we are here at the one and only Agora with the one and only DJ Tony Styles. And we just want to come over here and give some encouragement to some of you who are feeling some pressures with the recent changes, but we wanted to give some advice that Tony has, some life experience on how to avoid burnout. So Tony, being a DJ, a realtor, a father, how do you up to, right? How do you avoid burnout?
Uh, well, that's the thing. It's unavoidable. If you're a hard worker, it's unavoidable. You cannot avoid burnout. You need to, and I'm still learning this. You need to accept that it's gonna happen, but let it happen periodically, and give yourself time to reboot. And don't beat yourself up about any lost opportunity or lost time, and be a little bit more in the moment. When you work hard, you beat yourself up. You want so much more. You're not content. You feel like there's so much more that you could be doing. But when you do fall short, or when you do get burned out, it's important to recover, and just give yourself that downtime, and just tomorrow get up and do it next week, get up and do it all over again, keep going. And that's how I try to calm myself down from, or that's how I try to pace myself. That's how I try to look at it. And it took time, and it takes setbacks too. It's a learning curve, when you as a realtor, and we're sharks. We gotta go get it, but we also gotta understand that we can't have it all at the same time. You can't do it all at the same time. The balance is essential to our livelihood as well.
So it seems like what you're saying is to accept the fact that you're human, but also allow time for the natural ebb and flow of life to happen, because there will be times when you have to go, but then sometimes you do have to take it slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I look at it as regular stairs, and an ongoing slope. It's okay to look at it as you going up a flight of stairs where you're going straight up, and then you're going horizontal, and then you're going vertical, and then you're going horizontal. But in the end, you're still making it to the next level at the end of the day. A lot of people think you're supposed to just go straight up, an upward slope, and that's not how life really works. It works more as a flight of stairs. So if you will, you can kind of visualize that.
Yeah. That's amazing, because the culture is that you have to just hit the gas at all times. And what you're saying is that, eventually there is a time in your life where you have to prioritize other things. And in your case, you have a family, right? So maybe you could take us a little bit about how you allow yourself that time to slow down and focus on other priorities.
Well, it's not an easy task, and I'm a new father, of two. Both kids are basically 3 and under. So they're busy. They, obviously they're a priority. And once their timeline, their routine is figured out and mastered, then minds can be mastered. And it's all about compartmentalization. When when they're dropped off to school, it's all about me. In the mornings, it's all about me. Whatever I got to get done, I'm getting it done for me, and I know I got this amount of hours, to do whatever it is, whether it's leisure, whether it's self-care, or whether it's actually work. I got this amount of hours to do it. But when they're picked up, my phone is turned off. If it's not turned off, it's, I'm not paying attention to emails or text messages. And you need to compartmentalize and just give them all your attention until either they go to sleep or the next morning. And normally, when they go to sleep, I go to sleep. So, so it's the next morning. And that has been the biggest struggle, is learning how to put the phone down, and not have to answer an email immediately. You want to have good customer service, you want to have good communication, but
Not to detriment.
exactly of not paying attention to your kids, or to your home life, or just that compartmentalization it's huge. It's huge.
Wow, that's very insightful. So Tony pretty much is saying, give yourself permission to be human. Give yourself permission to take care of the ones that are most important in your life, because, like you said, it's about the slope, the overall trajectory. Because if you burn out before you even get there, and you don't get back up,
You're gonna fall down that slope.
exactly. What kind of advice would you give yourself if you were to talk to Tony before he started real estate?
My advice would be to have more confidence. More confidence. More confidence in person, and to really, really, really embrace your networking skills, because that is everything. And not everybody's can be a people person. Everybody can shake hands and have conversation, but you never know where that conversation is going to take you. And to have that presence when you walk into a room, that'll take you so much farther than, sad to say, but it'll take you so much farther than the actual knowledge that you have sometime.
Just to get the conversation started.
Yeah, that your presence, you can learn as you go. You can learn, you can make those mistakes as you go. But if you walk into a room and you've demanded a presence, that gives you so much more opportunity first to make those mistakes. That gives you the opportunity to learn, to step into, a different realm, that you've never been in before. And yeah, man, network.
It's funny you mentioned that, because the networking is how we ended up having this conversation to begin with. Because I remember when I first started out in 2020, can you imagine, all the listings were shut down for the pandemic? No one wanted to let this nobody go into their listing that they never heard of. And so for the first pretty much year, it was me in my office making phone calls for 5 to 8 hours a day, making cold calls. Hey, can I shoot your listing? I'll shoot it for free. Please let me go in, and I'll take photos and videos of you. Hang up. And then eventually, after some perseverance, I actually stumbled upon Daniel Dominguez. Daniel Dominguez so happens to be Rob's cousin. And I met Rob at Daniel's birthday party. And then eventually I started rubbing shoulders with the rest of the Surge team. And that's how we ended up working together now.
Yep. Yep.
And so it's all about the network at the end of the day, because, one person knows another person who needs you, who needs your service and your expertise. And so never cut yourself out from those possibilities because of fear of rejection.
Yeah. Yeah. I would totally agree, man. And now more than ever, I see it on a regular. Coming from a DJ and radio career, you obviously meet a bunch of people, but you don't really, you network for fun, because it's just a fun environment. But when you step into the world of real estate, and you're more so networking for a reason. it's different, you know, and it's been interesting and fun to kind of see the both of those worlds clash because they're very close. They're very, you know, a lot of the people in real estate know a lot of the people in entertainment, and
Yes.
you know, and it's a funny fine line between the two. But it's great though because it's a great conversation starter. It's a great shoe in, you know, to meet all of these people that you probably should have met or known a long time ago anyway, you know.
All right, last question. So how has collaboration changed the way you do business as a realtor? In collaboration with, some other people who are realtors and possibly even collaboration with people who are not specifically in real estate.
Well, I'll talk about our collaboration first and foremost. I mean, having a creative mind like yourself to give me the boost with my marketing, with my social media. For me, and I mean, we're at still kind of at the beginning stages of our relationship, but man, for me, it's gonna boost my career, but tenfold, you know. And you need those tools. You need those people in your corner that you know that have that expertise that you know you feel like you could do it on your own, but like you always tell people, your time is worth, you know, your time is worth it's invaluable sometimes. And for me to try to take on yet another role and you know do a lot of things on my own, it's a crutch. It's a crutch, and that's another lesson that has taken me a very long time to learn is that you can't do it all on your own. You know, once you start building a team, once you start trusting people with you know whatever asset of or whatever facet of your business, that's when you really start to grow. You know, so the collaborations now mean so much more to me because I've made that understanding now. You know, you need a team, you need to collaborate, you need to, you know, put your mind together with somebody else in order to get to that next level. So
It's, I appreciate that. That means a lot. And that's some advice I had to take personally because you get that mindset as a sometimes as a solo creator, solo entrepreneur, realtor, especially if you just get into the industry, that you should do everything yourself. And for a certain period of your career, you do need to figure out whether or not this is what you want to do. And that involves you handling all aspects of the job. But eventually, like you said, you become a hindrance to yourself.
yeah.
And so, in my personal case, I had to realize that yes, for a time, I did have to do it all myself. I did have to have self reliance, but my own self reliance was getting in the way of putting out better content, being quicker with edits, you know, providing superior customer service. And so eventually, through just a little bit of humility, I had to delegate those tasks to people so that they can handle it better than I could, and I could get better as an editor and as a person who is able to steer focus pictures in the right way. So, listen to Tony's advice. Absolutely do as much as you can, but allow space for the things that are most important, like your family, like your mental health, and delegate the tasks that can be handled better by someone else so that you can focus on the big picture.
Delegation, delegation, delegation.
That's that
Yeah,
too.
right. Man, like it's the story of my life right now, you know. And it if you're a person like me who historically has always been a one man show, you know, if you will, it's a hurdle that you have to you have to get over, you know. But once you do it, once you find the right people in your corner and you're confident about them and you trust them, it's so rewarding because you know that you're getting to the next level. You know you're growing. So yeah, delegation, delegation, Delegation.
Keep an eye out for his new single, Delegation, Delegation, Delegation. But Tony, for people who are interested in your work and your music, where can they find you?
Instagram is a great place. That's where I'm comfortable. DJ Tony Styles on Instagram, real easy to find me. And TikTok, DJ Tony Styles, the realtor on TikTok. I post my schedule. Obviously, all of my real estate content is there as well. Kind of a one-stop shop for everything that I do, everything that is Tony Styles.
Absolutely. Embrace all facets of your life as a parent, as a father. DJ Tony Styles has his career as a DJ as well that he's been growing for a very long time. So the last time we worked together was at Minute Maid Park. It was surreal to be there, to be with you, to see your family, and it was an inspiration, honestly. So thank you so much for your time here. We got some coffee to finish. He's got some work to do. I've got some editing to do. So we're going to leave that here. But thank you so much for your time, Tony.
Oh man, all I gotta say is my man Joe right here from Focus Pictures. He will elevate your career. So anything you need, this is the guy. As far as myself, Tony Styles, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for checking out the interview. And all I gotta say is invest, grow, and let's win with Surge Realty. Ooh, let's go. We out.
Peace.